Oh, I'm live. Okay. Hi, I'm live. Hello. So, not to disappoint you guys, but it is just me tonight. I could not get the whole crew together in time, so just me. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, wow, this is like right on. Ah! That's better. Whew, it was like shining right down on my forehead. Ooh. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, please reach out and let me know because you got me tonight. I don't know what's been going on. It honestly, it feels like it should be like January 2nd or something. It's already halfway through January. It's like, it's going so fast. It is insane. Okay. Having technical difficulties. So normally, earthquake. Okay. So normally I'm doing this at the office and tonight, because my daughter has to work and all sorts of stuff. So I normally do it at the office, but I was like sitting there waiting for 6:30, doing some paperwork, working on some other things. And my husband's like, why are you here? And I'm like, well, I'm waiting to do my live. And he's like, yeah, but Lexi doesn't have to work. So why don't you just go home and do it? And I'm like, because I didn't think of that. He's like, see, Rich, she's going to stay here till like 7:30 for no reason. I'm like, kind of, yeah. So I went ahead and came back home, which it's much more comfy here. It's so dark out and like kind of gloomy and everything, but I know y'all got some crazy weather up north, so I'm not going to complain because as crazy as our weather has been as far as like cold, it's like 40 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, then it's back to 30 degrees. It's like, what just happened? Now, actually, most of the time it's in the 40s. A super cold day for us is like in the 40s. But yeah, I know y'all have got some crazy, crazy cold blizzard weather. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say anything. It's fine. It was just kind of mayhem today. Everything that I thought I was going to get accomplished didn't get accomplished. A bunch of stuff that I was like, oh, you know, that needs to get done next week got done today. It was just bizarre. It was a very bizarre day. But yeah, so it's fine. It is Monday. I am at home. I'm chilling out in my recliner. It's so nice. My daughter, I got home and I was like, you're making dinner tonight. And she's just like, oh, I am? Okay. She makes it sound like she's not supposed to make dinner on Mondays. Even though she's not working, she's supposed to make dinner on Mondays. So I don't know. And then I pull up. I pulled up into the driveway and our son is down from college and him and my husband have a coat hanger hanging out the side of his car door. And I'm like, why? And he's like, for some reason, the key fob is not working. And I was like, well, just use the key. And he's like, and I took his key and I opened it and there's nothing there. And he's like, so I didn't get a copy of that. That's like an aftermarket, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and shockingly, it's not working. Wow. And he's like, well, it was really expensive to get one that worked. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of need a key if you want to like get in your car or go anywhere. So apparently they had been out there for about an hour before I pulled up. So now I don't know what happened to the coat hanger, but I think they just called AAA. So anyway, I guess he's staying for dinner. Kind of craziness. Hey, how are you? Oh my goodness. Hello from Ocala. Officially, you're Floridian. Congratulations. That is awesome. Yeah, you got to tell me when we're going to dinner. I told Ingrid to remind you. I don't know what is going on with my freaking hair. Ah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I have no idea what is going on with the car at this point, but I'm hoping that so yeah, he's rewired some things and I think that's what the issue is. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what the shenanigans are about. So now they got to have AAA come and do that, which is fine because that's why you have AAA, right? For shenanigans. But yeah, I don't know. It's throwing me off. I don't normally wear bright red lipstick, but My daughter, you know that lipstick that my daughter told me about last week? I was talking about it last week. How she had like paint on her hand for like 3 days, and it wasn't paint, it was freaking lipstick that she tried at Ulta. Well, I went over and I got some, and I got 2 colors. One was just like, you know, a very neutral-ish color, more up my alley. But that stuff didn't stay on very long, and I was like, oh, this stuff doesn't work. So there was another color I had. I was like, okay, it's just regular lipstick. It is long-lasting, but it's not that big a deal. So I went ahead and I had 2 colors that I got. I got like a bright red because I don't like wearing red lipstick because it gets on your teeth and stuff. So I put this stuff on at 8 o'clock this morning. I can't get it off. Like, it can't. It's not coming off. So it came off a little on the inside, but that's about it. I don't know when I will not have bright red lipstick on me. But I've eaten all day, drank all, it's not coming off. It's like, so, about your house. Okay, you haven't quite purchased it yet, but yes, I will let you know after the live if I have heard anything about your house. So, I have not actually heard anything yet. So, I'm hoping that I will, because she was supposed to go over and meet with them this weekend, and I was waiting patiently, and I did not hear from Macy either. So tomorrow I gotta hunt everybody down because they all told me that they would get back to me today and, you know, give them the weekend or whatever, and then nothing. So tomorrow I get to hunt them down, which is fun. Sort of. It's fine. It's fine. It's just annoying. Because if you tell me Monday, freaking do Monday. Because otherwise it makes me look bad, and I don't like that. So just freaking give me the information. Although I have to admit, I did tell Macy no rush when she told me she was out of town, and she let me know on Monday. So maybe I shouldn't have said no rush. But I, you know, when she said Monday, I thought she meant Monday. So anyway, I shouldn't have told her no rush. Because, I mean, technically there's no rush, but we still need the information. So anyway. I know. You're on pins and needles today. You're still on pins and needles. No fun. No fun. But I think I did find another, we'll say a backup. I'll send it over to you. Especially if this one doesn't work out. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's over in, well, never mind. We are not going to talk about that right now. And yes, no rush. Well, yes and no. I mean, we're not in a rush, but at the same time, we really need the information. And I mean, because yeah, you're just kind of sitting in limbo land, and that's not fun. So we'll get there. We will definitely get there. I think that is one of the hardest things for people up north, though, when they come down here, is everybody down here is like, you know, you get to it when you get to it kind of thing. And so, like, they just, what? Like, the cable repairman, the Lowe's appliances, stuff like that. I mean, it will get delivered. It will get done eventually. You know, it's just, it's funny. I mean, it's kind of funny. But yeah, that is hard, especially people from Michigan. Michigan seems to be, like, they have the hardest time with it. Because Michigan, you know, you get it done. It's at this time. And I mean, I think maybe it's very German or something, or maybe they're Scandinavian. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is they have the hardest time with the time difference. It's mostly like walking through molasses is how things gets done down here. And then it's like, you want it done like now? What? Yeah. It's like, no, if you say you're going to do it on a certain time, you have to do it on a certain time. Yeah. So when they say like 5 p.m., they normally mean like 5-ish, which could be like 5:15, 5:30. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's a Southern thing or if it's just a Florida thing, but they're in their own time hemisphere. I don't know. And then, excuse me, when I was down in Puerto Rico, it was worse. I don't know what is up with that, but I swear everybody had to be at least an hour late to anything and everything. So I would actually tell them the wrong hour because they just kind of meander in, and I'm like, what? I don't know. It's very weird. Yeah, don't tell, don't tell. So yeah, over this weekend, I went to the, what is it? The Highland Games, which was awesome. That was over in Winter Springs, I guess. I don't know. There's winter, all sorts. We have Winter Park, Winter Springs, Winter Haven. We don't even have winter here. So I don't know why everything has to be named that, but whatever. So went over to Winter Springs, which is about, I don't know, it's about an hour and a half, depending on who's driving. It really wasn't bad. But it was really, really fun. I'm going to go again next year for absolute certain. It was so much fun. It was huge. I was expecting like this little tiny shindig. No, it was huge. I saw more men in kilts than I've ever seen. Like all of them on TV and everything combined did not put up, like there was a lot. There was a lot. And everybody had their own clans and everything. And I'm not Scottish, okay? I went with friends that are Scottish, like they have Scottish heritage. But I'm not. I just went to, you know, see what it's about because I'm nosy and I'm really interested in people and everything. And plus, it's, you know, if it's driving distance from Ocala where you can like go see it, do it, whatever, and then get home and be in your own bed that night, I'm in it, okay? I'm all in. So we went to it. But what was funny is, you know, my friend was like, oh, I'm Clan Campbell. And somebody else was like, I'm Clan Duncan and I'm Clan whatever. And everybody had it was like the football teams. Everybody had their team. I was like, and they had their own team colors and everything. And I was like, I don't have a team. I was like, I'm Irish and Welsh and like Viking. Like seriously, like my family descended from Vikings. So Nordic? I don't know. So I'm there and all of a sudden I see my people. There is a tent for the Celtic Nordic Heritage Society. And I'm like, well, alrighty then. So I went up to them and they were really dressed up and decked out. I mean, full tilt, like Vikings and, you know, with some Celtic symbols and stuff. And I was like, so how does one join this society? And they're like, well, we need a blood sample. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, I'm just kidding. I was like, well, I can show you my 23andMe and I have freckles. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that came from over there. And he's just like, you're good. $35. And I got a free t-shirt and a card. So I'm now a card carrying, which I don't have on. Oh, I do have it. I am now a card carrying member of the Celtic Nordic Heritage Society. But the t-shirt was great. It was long sleeve, which it was kind of chilly. So that helped. That's not it. That's also not it. Well, I would be a card carrying member if I could find it. Hold on. There we go. Yay. So I went and did that. That was a thing. But no, it was fun. There was some really good music. I don't know if you've ever mixed bagpipes with pop music, but it was interesting. And a didgeridoo, I don't know, didgeridoo? I don't know, whatever it was. But it sounded really good. It was interesting. And then there were caber tossing, which is massive, massive, like trees without the limbs. And they have to like pick them up straight up and then throw them, and they go end over end. They have to go end over end, which is incredibly difficult. I mean, it would be hard to just even lift that stuff. And I missed the men doing it, but I saw the women's round, and holy smokes, those women, like, they just squatted right down, picked that thing up, and then tossed the thing, and I'm like, holy smokes, that has to be like 800 pounds. It's crazy. So, I mean, lifting it would, I'd be done. My back would be out. But yeah, so they did that. They had strength tests or tests of strength, which was pretty funny. They had like where you hold two swords like straight out. And you're thinking, two swords, okay, just hold two swords out. No big deal, right? No, you could actually see their muscles like just start twitching and turning after. It was like for 2 minutes. You just had to hold them out for 2 minutes. It was hard to do. I didn't do it. I was looking at it like, I don't want to feel this tomorrow. I'm just here for, you know, the root beer. I drank a lot of root beer. There was a lot of good food there. I did not try the haggis. That does not sound good or appetizing in any way, shape, or form, and I'm not going to do it. But it was, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They had sword dancing and I don't know, just all sorts of stuff. So definitely worth the drive, and I will be going back next year. And I told my daughter already that she is going to join the Celtic Nordic Heritage Society, and she's quite excited about that. So there we go. Outlander. Yes, very much so. We did play the fun game of, do you think he's going au naturel under the kilt, or do you think he's wearing his drawers? Unfortunately, with one man, we found out the hard way that he was going au naturel, in that he went to dance and his kilt did not have a belt and his shirt went up and we saw butt cheek and a lot of it. So that was fun. So that answered that question. We did not have to guess. So yeah, it was just kind of fun. We were just goofing off. I went with some friends and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I found my people. So it's very cool that I had people at the Highland Games, since I am not Scottish, but that's okay. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I am very much a mutt is what I am. I am part German, part Irish, part Viking, part English, and I don't know after that. But on my mom's side, I actually traced it back into nearly the 1400s is her family has been here. Some craziness, right? I mean, they were like, I lost track after that. I never did find the ship that they came over on. So normally I can find like what, because you had to have a manifest even then. I never found it. It kept just tracing back. So it was apparently before they even had a manifest, or the manifest is over in Europe and it wasn't for some reason over here. So kind of interesting stuff. But it was very much a celebration of heritage, and that was cool. It was very, very cool. Also, the few people that were from Scotland that were actually at the Highland Games thought we were all nuts. It's like, yes, we are. It's crazy. Absolute craziness, but a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. So that's what we did on Saturday. It's kind of sad because I missed the Manatee Festival over in Citrus County, but I think I made the right choice by going to the Highland Games because that was just really something else. Barring the kilt revealing from the one man, that was not, I could have done without that, honestly, but it was fun. What else? My son actually went to the All-State choir. So All-State in Florida for kids is, it's a really big deal. Like a really big deal. So All-State is they literally have all of these middle school. They have middle school range and then they have high school. And the kids have to audition, and they have orchestra and they have singing. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Have at it. My daughter wanted to let me know that she cooked, and it's now done. It took her like freaking 15 minutes. Anyway, it's good. She's done. She made mahi tacos. So, but yeah, All-State is like a really big deal here. They have orchestra and then they have choir or singing, so each of these kids have to do sight reading, and there's like this whole thing. I mean, it's a really, 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 really difficult thing to get into. And so Michael did it all through middle school and all through high school. He was accepted every single year, not for orchestra, but for singing, which orchestra, I mean, it's super, 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 super hard. But anyway, so they take all these kids and it's All-State. It's literally called All-State because it's every single school in the entire state of Florida can basically send their best singers or musicians to audition. And then they take from the absolute best of those schools. So it's the best of the best. And they're the ones that get 1 week, basically. They learn music together, and then there's a concert. So On Saturday, it was like this big, huge, like they have the choir concert, the orchestra concert. They have both the women's choir, the men's choir. Anyway, so it's this whole thing. And they had to literally learn all of the music and singing together, which they don't know each other. They had to learn all of that within just a few days, really. And, you know, they met the conductor, they learned, and it's a really good educational experience for them too. But anyway, so Michael's not in any of that anymore. He's in college at this point, but he wanted to go and listen to the choirs and to all of the concerts and stuff. So he went down and had to pay for a ticket as opposed to being part of it. But yeah, David actually went with him on that because David actually really, really, really loves choir music. I begged out. I would rather go check out the Men in Kilts. So it's very awesome, but there's only so much choir music that I can hand. I would rather listen to the bagpipes because I like choir music when it's one of my children, but when it's other people's children, that's really hard to listen to for a full day. I mean, it's a full day of choir music. And it was in Tampa too, so it's like an hour and a half drive to go and listen to other people's children in choir music. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And they're very, very talented, but it's still choir music. It's choir music. So I couldn't do it. Plus I've done it every single year. Every single year I've gone. I never missed one of Michael's concerts. But holy smokes, he's not there anymore. So that is over for me. If they want to go, they can go. I went to the Highland Games. I had a great time. So much fun. It was great. Lexi had to work. She had to work. She works most Saturdays. So yeah. So we were all over the state basically on Saturday. It was crazy. But yeah, I picked her up and I don't know. She did not get to go to the new Chick-fil-A, the newfangled Chick-fil-A they have in town. She's at the old Chick-fil-A and she's just not thrilled with that. She's like, I got left behind. I'm like, well, you'll be all right. I was like, it was good enough before you saw the new Chick-fil-A. And she's just like, but it's so much nicer. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. A new Chick-fil-A opens in our town and oh my goodness, it is just, and it's only like a mile away from the other one. So I don't know what's up with that, but like open it further out or something, but no, not so much. I was looking, did you see? Interest rates went down again. So excited. I'm so excited. I've heard they're supposed to continue to go down a little bit. And we're not talking like, you know, back down to 2 or 3%. Those days are gone. Kiss and goodbye. But we will have lower than the 8 or 9% we were staring at. So that was some craziness. So we're down low 7s for national average right now, which is kind of crazy. And then, which means it's like low 6s for the 15-year, which is the one I recommend. So I was pretty excited about that. Not gonna lie. And we got some really fun stuff coming up in Ocala this year. We have Rock the Country. Kid Rock is actually coming to Ocala. Kid Rock. So Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, oh my goodness, there was a whole bunch of performers. They're all coming to a 2-day music festival that they're out doing on somebody's farm in like the north end of town. It's in Reddick. So it's like out in the middle of nowhere. But it's called Majestic Farms. I was like, I've never even been there. I mean, I'm sure I've driven past it. But never been to the farm itself. And that is where the concert is going to be. It's a 2-day thing. And there's going to, I mean, that's crazy. And there's going to be like Leonard Skiddert. I mean, these are like big names coming to freaking Ocala. So weird. So weird. So of course I got tickets for that. No, they were like $200 or something like that. But I mean, if you consider it's a 2-day event, so it's $100 per day, which isn't bad. And I'm sorry, but concert tickets are expensive. And I got like seats, so I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, so we actually are having, it's called Rock the Country. You can look it up, but it's actually in like Ocala. These people are going to be in Ocala. Kid Rock is going to be hanging out in Ocala. Craziness. Absolute craziness. I don't know. That is just so weird. I'm still like, yeah. We actually, Ocala, Florida got named in like People magazine because that's where one of the venues for this Rock the Country music festival is going to be. So I think that's in June. So all of these people are going to learn about Florida in June. Ooh, bless their hearts. It's going to be hot. So yeah. It's an outdoor event. Yeah, it's gonna be, I'm hoping I can bring my fans in. I have these high powered fans that run on batteries, and if you put them on a bucket of water, they mist as well. Oh, those things are priceless in Florida. They are priceless. They're so awesome. Everybody's being so quiet today. I don't know. It's probably because I'm too early. But I mean, you know, let's see what's on here. Chit chat. I got my hair cuttery person, not hair cuttery. That's a place. That's an actual place. The girl that is going to cut my hair, she's coming in March, end of March, I guess, or April. I don't know, but she is going to cut it off and we get to donate majority of it. So very excited about that. I know I keep talking about it, but seriously, it's driving me nuts. Every day I'm like, is it long enough? Are we done? But yeah, I am never doing this again. Remind me if I say I'm going to grow out my hair to donate, freaking don't do it. Oh my goodness. It's driving me crazy. But at least it's winter. It's 1,000 times worse if you do it during the summertime. That's just ridiculousness. I gotta go out and check my plants too. Yeah, because we might have a frost coming, which is kind of crazy. We have to go and we have to go and stick blankets and sheets and stuff on top of our plants anytime there's a frost coming, so they don't die. So when we get frost warnings, then we have to go and you'll be like driving down and everybody's got like sheets as if they're like decorating for Halloween or something and there's ghosts in the bushes. But it's not, that's what we do. So all of mine, I have like a big PVC pipe sticking up in the middle of my garden, and nobody's ever asked what it's for, but that's what it's for, is so that I can throw a blanket over top of that and it covers everything. But my strawberries are doing amazing and they're coming right along. My peppers are still peppering themselves. I got a whole slew of them. Did you know that peppers are perennial? I did not know that, but they are. So somebody was like, yeah, as soon as they start to die off in summer, just cut them back and then they'll just keep on going. Sure enough, I've had fresh peppers for the last freaking 9 months. It's crazy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you know. She says she used to do that too. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can do it. Like, get it done. I just don't have the patience to deal with it. Now at the end of it, I'm just like, hurry up. Yeah. It's just kind of a thing. We have our company party coming up on Saturday. This is the employee and agents and all of that. That's where it's our kickoff party for the year. And we have our recognition. So whoever was like top salesperson the year before, top property manager the year before, then they get a little trophy. And we play games. And this year we are going to have karaoke. So I'm rather excited about that. Hopefully. But we have a whole big old spread of food. Although this year I really wanted to do Italian food. And everybody's like, no. Last year's awesome. We had like a Mexican buffet essentially. they're like, last year's food was so good. Let's do that again. And I'm like, but it's the same food over again. And they're like, it was a year ago. We're fine. And I'm like, but that means I don't get to be creative. I just have to make the same thing over again. It's kind of boring. So next year, I don't care. I'm not asking anybody's, druthers. They're getting Italian food because that's just, we got to do something different. And there's so much that you can do with Italian food, So make some freaking cannolis, for crying out loud. So fun. So fun. Anyway, so we're doing a big Mexican food buffet again this year, which is fine. Be fine. I make some pretty good guacamole, so whatever. Yeah, you are Italian, right? Just like, yes. I like Italian food. I like making Italian food, like eating Italian food, and there's just so much fun stuff that you can make with it. So, heck yeah. So that's next year. So January next year. But it's a really cool event because, of course, we have the recognition for the agents, but we also highly recommend and encourage the party for their entire family. So their whole family comes, including the kids, and we play a whole slew of games. And some of the games are like last year, it was a bunch of questions about me and my husband on a sheet of paper, and everybody had to they had to figure out who knows us best. And so it was like weird information that nobody knew. And so everybody was like trying to figure out all of the answers to the questions. And then we had our actual answers when we read them off, and they got points for everyone right. This year, we're collecting as much information about the agents and staff as we can, and we're going to see how much they know about each other. So it's like stuff they don't know. Like I know one person is a national baton twirler in her earlier years, and another one was a professional tennis player. Another one has actually cut a record at one point in his youth. Just weird stuff like that, just stuff you wouldn't think. And then some of them are duplicates, which they don't know that, but some of the people have more than one thing on there. So, so it was kind of fun. Like, yeah. So it should be fun. So that's one of them. That's just kind of a starter off game. And then we have a whole slew of gifts and stuff that all look identical. And the first person, and I have to be very careful. I can't start on one end or whatever, because if they know that, then they all like switch seats if they can, so that they're the last person. You want to be the last person on this game, not the first person. The first person gets what they get. But yeah, so you just, I think they call it white elephant, maybe? I'm not sure. But you basically go and pick out a gift. And if you like the gift, you can keep it. If you don't, you can go ahead and get one more. That's the only time you can like choose between. All right. Well, if you keep the gift and then somebody else likes your gift better than the one they got, they can steal yours. And it goes on and on and on and on, all the way around. And it's hilarious. It is so funny because they will steal each other's gifts so fast. It is so funny. And the first one that started, I was like, oh, it's going to be really hard for them to get up and take from each other. No, man, the first one that did it was our bookkeeper. She wanted this, like, I made like a coffee kind of thing with like, a package of coffee and a Starbucks gift card and like some other stuff. And she jumped right up and snapped that up. I was cracking up. It was freaking hilarious. So, I don't know. It's hours and hours of just hilarious. We have a really great group, so it's really funny. And of course, the kids get to participate as well. We just have their gifts wrapped with like kid wrapping paper, so we know which ones they can choose from. But they get to play too. But I mean, who's going to take a gift from a kid? Like even the other kids, they don't even do that. They're just like, oh, that's mine. I got it, whatever. So I don't know if we have any teenagers this year, maybe they'll switch one out or something, or try and steal one of the adults or something. That would be fun. One of the adults will get stuck with like a kid's toy. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to change that in the rules. But one of our remote workers, he actually asked, he's like, He's like, I can't, you know, I can't be there, but I really, really want to like join in the fun. He's like, can you make sure and like bring the laptop? And I was like, yes, I will make sure and set up the laptop so he can be there remotely as well. They're like, oh yes, please, please, please. We need to have Jonathan there because he's such a member of our team anyway. It doesn't matter that he's, you know, not here. So we're going to have him there too, so that he can participate. So as much as possible anyway. He doesn't get any of the food or anything, but anyway, should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. But anyway, but that's on Saturday. And then on Thursday and Friday, I'm actually going to be in Orlando. I got to do some auditions for the Florida Realtors. Every time you want to get approved to teach a class, you have to go and audition between 5 and 8 judges, and you basically have to teach 30 minutes of a class, and you get judged on everything from your appearance to how many times you say to your use of their normally archaic and electronics. See, I would have already missed it. I can't stop it. So yeah, their electronics, I'm not even joking, do not ever seem to work very well. And if it doesn't work very well, it's normally on you. They're like, oh, it's your fault. No, it has no batteries in the clicker. So I've taken, like, I will literally take my own clicker because theirs don't ever work. So I'm like, no, I'm not getting points off me for your nonsense. No, 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 no. And you have to use their laptops, which are older than I am, and it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, you can only try to do 2 classes at a time, and it's every 6 months. So I am approved. I think I've got 6 classes I've been approved for so far. So yeah. So that is Thursday, and then Friday it continues for more mayhem, basically. But yeah, I'm actually an instructor, not just for like real estate with the state of Florida. I'm licensed for that, but I also am I am a approved faculty member for the Florida Realtors. So I can actually go in and teach other realtors how to realtor, if that makes sense. So that'll be Thursday and Friday. It's kind of fun. Well, I think I'm going to take myself on over and try my daughter's cooking. Pray for me. It should be fine. It'll be fine. We'll see. She's 15, so it should be okay. She's a trip. All right, well, you guys have an awesome, amazing, fantastic night, and I will chat with you later. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me for a bit. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, hit me up. My email address is all over my YouTube channel, but it's GER.ExpectMore@gmail.com. And otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye.